What's going on to you Leos out here? So you Leos actually have the Three of Swords, um, and then you also have the Magician, but then you also have the Three of Swords, the Two of Cups, and then you have the Magician. So what I'm seeing here for you Leos is that this is a position for you where what you Leos have got is oh, by the way, y'all gave me the most views, so I'm going to give you the first video, unless another zodiac sign pops up higher than you. But the point that I'm trying to make here for you Leos is that again, Three of Swords, Two of Cups, if you do get with somebody, it's got to be a very good option. um you know when you've been down for a long time, and you don't really get a lot of what it is that you want, and you really have been disrespected, and you really don't get a lot of what it is that you want in the past. When you finally come up, the last thing that you really want to do is have somebody tell you no, and they can't justify it, right? There's nothing wrong with no, because you're accustomed to no. But what is the reason? Especially if it's a BS reason. Well, what does this have to do with you? You don't want to be with a person that you know is going to be a dub. You know that you're going to take a loss. Because why do you have to take a loss? And so you're not compromising. If you got to take a loss when it comes to you getting to know a person, then the answer to that is no, you just won't get to know them like that. And so now the Magician represents, because a lot of you Leos are making happen. You're making it happen. Whatever. You're making it happen. Everything that you want to happen, you're making it happen. You're actually going after your dreams for real and getting the things that you legitimately want. So you've waited for a very long time to get to what you want, and you remain quiet, not and even if you didn't remain quiet, people played like they didn't want to hear anything that you had to say. So it still fell on those kind of ears where people just wasn't listening to you. Now that you Leos are manifesting what it is that you want, why would you Leos ever decide to settle for a person whom you don't like? And this is what I mean when I say that all these games that people be playing literally makes no sense. You're goofy if you playing games. Why? Show and prove yet again. Because why would you? Because we see so many times people will end up breaking up relationships. The question is, why would anybody want to be with a person that they don't like? Just go be with the person. But see, this proves the point that money to some people is in the place of the Most High. That money is actually in the place of the Most High. How can we show and prove this? Because they're with a person for the money, but they don't like the person, even though they do, but they're just dysfunctional. And so the situation with that is that, but they won't actually be with the person that they like. But they'll be with the person that they don't like because of the money and the resources. Now, this is why it looks stupid, because that's how you know they put money in the place of the Most High, where the Most High should actually be. Because because they're willing to compromise their ethics and what they actually want for real, and be unhappy potentially for the rest of their life. Oh, starting to pick up. Potentially for the rest of their life, for the sake of money. And so the situation with that is that the Five of Swords and the Three of Cups here for you Leos just represents yet again, like, so now you're not going to do that anymore. Yes, you Leos are getting yourself together and you handling your business. But the reason why that's so important is because the Five of Swords and the Three of Cups, you don't have to tolerate whatever is given to you. You Leos getting the things that you legitimately want. So the Three of Cups here represents Because of that, y'all are in a very powerful position. Why is that? Because you know that a lot of people be on BS. You working hard. And so, again, you're open to a significant other. Because what I'm seeing here is you have people that it's either people when it comes to significant others, or it's you interacting with others in a general sense, where it's the interactions that they're giving you, no matter what capacity it is, whether it's family, acquaintances, friendships, romance, if I didn't already say that, whatever it is, they want to act out of turn. And you Leos are not having it because you work hard. You know what I mean? Like, you work hard. You've put up with a lot of trash when you were younger. So why do you have to put up with more trash? Like, how long are you expected to put up with trash? You know? And so the situation with that is that the High Priestess, the Knight of Cups, and the Justice card, right? For you, very powerful card, the Justice is. You're doing what it is that you got to do. You're doing what you want. The High Priestess, all of your wants and your needs were swept underneath the rug. And you helped sweep it underneath the rug for the sake of the greater good. But what you Leos have came to realize through experience, right? And then paying attention to what you kept seeing and the situations that you kept being in, is that a lot of people don't be practicing what it is that they preach. So a lot of you Leos understand that a lot of people are untrustworthy, two-faced individuals, untrustworthy, two-faced people, right? They try to give you a not a very good deal, but then they gotta have the best deal. And it's like, this speaks to the level of greed, because greed and envy and overall stupidity, because they always do that. Like, it's always this excessive, I'm doing this, right? Like, it's it's never a fair thing, right? It's never where it's like, you get what it is that you want, I get what I want. It's not ideal per se, but it is ideal, because the ideal is, even though it's not ideal to our selfish natures, in actuality, it is ideal. And the reason why it's ideal is because the both of you actually get what you want without having to have conflict with one another or beef with one another, right? And so because of that, that's what makes it ideal. But you are getting justice, meaning that you Leos are actually doing the things that you want. So whatever kind of issues, whatever kind of scenarios that you Leos have, that you're clashing with another person for, beefing with another person for, whatever kind of mess is going on, you Leos are actually making it happen. Because what's happening is that you Leos you're done with, people just treating you however they want, right? When you interact with others, acquaintances are usually fine. You know what I'm saying? Acquaintances are usually fine. But when you interact with others, they can't seem to, as far as a long time, when they actually get to know you, you start seeing the envy pop up. And it's like the envy and the jealousy and the greed and all of that, and the ill intentions, unfortunately, the dysfunction start popping up. And it's like, where exactly is this coming from? The answer is they can't justify that. So a lot of you Leos, once again, Leos, Scorpios, y'all really got to watch y'all back. And if you have Leo or Scorpio placements in your chart, you really got to watch your back, because jealousy is a very strong thing. People get jealous of y'all, and I've said this before, that y'all are a zodiac sign. I could talk about it. Like, take a look at Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle's birthday is in 4 days. Actually, it's the I'm filming this on the 10th, but you'll see this on the 11th, right? Nipsey Hussle's birthday is August 15th. Nipsey Hussle was gotten by Eric Holder, right? Allegedly, right? Or whatever you do, right? Nipsey Hussle's a Leo, or was a Leo. You see what I'm saying? A lot of Leos, y'all have to go through mess with other people because of their jealousy. And you got to understand that the jealousy is incited over the smallest things. Sometimes people are just jealous-hearted individuals who it really doesn't matter whom they hang out with. And the better the person, the more jealous they're going to be. But the more they're going to hang around that person. So this is why I tell you, Leos, to be very careful about the quality of the people whom you hang around, because they will try to do you in if you're not paying attention. Just being real with y'all. And so the Strength card, which is Leo, and the Sun card, which is also Leo, your energy is all in here, right? So this is about how you Leos, you need to be yourselves. Y'all need to be exalted. Y'all need to actually do what's right for you and do things what is right for you. A lot of you Leos try to help other people, and y'all thought that, see, a lot of you Leos have the mentality of, you know, we should do right by each other. But you got to understand that people come from the envy state. They come from the envy state. They don't do things fairly. And so a lot of you Leos got to start taking things. Leo and Aquarius deal with this. A lot of you Leos have to start taking in consideration that, deal with people from a case-by-case basis. But when you see things that a large group of people have, understand what type of time it is, but also adapt. When you see someone who, whether it's friends, family members, romantic interests, it doesn't matter who it is, and they come to you, Leos, from a perspective of fairness, then deal with them from a perspective of fairness. Because those people are hard to find. They are rare. A person that doesn't want anything from you particularly. They just, and maybe the things that they do want from you is not something that will take from your table, right? Maybe they may want a conversation. I don't know. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like me, I don't want anything from a person when I'm engaging with them. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? And this is the type that kind of mentality ran my relationships into the ground because they couldn't get it. They couldn't understand that I don't want anything from them per se, other than the love that they can give and what comes from that. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of person is rare. But when you interact with somebody who's on that type of time and you realize that's what it is that they doing, then you turn the game on, because now you know what to do. Now you know who's who. So this is what it is that you got to do. Y'all got to stop dealing with every single last person like they're the same individual. You dig what I'm saying? And understand that when the games are on, you play your own game. You stay away from them. You don't tell them things about yourself. You don't tell them everything. You dig what I'm saying? I don't do stuff like that. If I know a person is untrustworthy, I keep things, they ask me anything, I keep things very nonchalant and very quick to the point. No details. I'm not trying to give a person the details of everything that I'm doing in the ins and the outs. I'm not trying to do that. I don't do that. Not only that, but I don't hang around the person. Like, if I see that I have to interact with these people because maybe they live in my neighborhood, so now it's a situation where the chances of me actually getting to like seeing them around here and there are high or very good chances due to the fact that we live in the same neighborhood, right? I'm gonna go ahead, pick up and move, right? I'm gonna have to deal with that, but I'm gonna have to. The game is turned on. Situational awareness. I gotta know how to play the game. I gotta know how to do things. But I'm not playing the proverbial game. I'm not playing the proverbial game. I'm playing my own game. I know they're playing the proverbial game, but what I'm also doing is that I'm staying away from it is what's happening. So a lot of you Leos have jealous people around you. Let's clarify the strength card. It's just that you got to start doing what you need to do to make sure that you're good, because you're taking a lot of inconveniences that you don't have to. So to clarify the Sun card, you have the Nine of Wands, then you have the Two of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and then you have the Two of Wands. So this is about how, again, you know, you'll have people who are individuals who you would have thought that you're supposed to be able to actually get along with, but then you find out that you Leos actually can't. So because they're like that with everybody, and that the only people that are safe are people that subjugate themselves to those types of individuals. Because you got to think about it. Why is it that when this person comes around you, they're just dysfunctional and they can't stop wilding and acting like they don't have any kind of common sense? But then they have a whole group of friends. They have a lot of friends. Well, the reason why is because in order to hang around that, they have to subjugate themselves. Those people have to have so less to the point, or less to the point where that person doesn't feel like I gotta do something to hinder or stop this person's progress. Because that's the mentality that they have. They will do that stupid stuff. And so the situation for you, Leos, is the Ten of Cups and the Two of Wands. Once again, it speaks to how y'all are in place, because this is about how you get a chance to actually get out ahead in front of it and see it for what it is. Now you know what to do. And the Ten of Cups is that don't be sharing. Number one, you have to start looking out for you and start being more selfish. But you have to learn to start being more selfish, specifically with the correct people. Don't be super selfish to everybody, especially, you know, specifically the people that want to see you win. That's counterproductive now. You know what I'm saying? That's not going. But then at the same time, so you have to look out for yourself, but you also have to learn how to defend yourself from this nonsense. Secrecy is key. But that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. I'm at 25,200 and change. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell. Set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Somebody from Puerto Rico just watched my channel. Anyway, peace. Oh yeah, and if you want to get a personal reading from me, the link to that is in the comment section below, called the Linktree link. Come through and get Kareemspiritworks clothing, the books, anything that pretty much you want. Peace.